hair flipping in this hoe. Hi. Okay, so oh my god, I'm super excited. We have our first exclusive, SeanDavieWay's first exclusive, like exclusive. You know, I've done one with the Rich Lomax, you know, and other people. Y'all, I'm excited, y'all, because we're gonna get these motherfuckers. So I am so excited. But we have Ricky Romance in a bit, and shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all of y'all for showing up. I really appreciate y'all, and I really appreciate today's guest that is coming through. They have been displaying their stories since like 2000, since the early 2000s, and every time they come forward, it's like they get silenced time and time again. So I want to be one of those people to help them get their story out. You know, to let people know, especially men, especially heterosexual men, that just because you get abused, it does not define your sexuality. It does not make you gay or anything of that nature just because of what somebody else chose to do to you. You know, your abuse does not describe you. You can always change. You can always, heal. You can always become a better person from what happened to you. And there are a lot of people out here that deserve to be caught. Damn it. I'm sick of this motherfucker keep getting away. Like, why? Why do you keep getting away with this shit? Why does every time this come up, all of a sudden it's swept underneath the rug? Well, Chris Stokes. Well, Marcus Houston. We coming for your ass. Because we sick of this bullshit. All of you motherfuckers and Hollywood. So, yeah, we have Ricky Romance on the show today, Raz-B's brother. He's going to be talking about the things that happened to him while he was with TUG and things that have happened to his brother and just how this has affected him and, how he feels about it and what he feels that any child or that could go through or future go through what they should do, things in that nature. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a teachable moment, but we also will get down to this bullshit. Now, the first part that we did a lot about B2K. We did a lot about, Armarion and Little Fizz and Chris Stokes. We really didn't talk much about Taz, which we touched on her, but we're really going to touch on her ass. We're going to poke her to that. And we really didn't talk much about Janae. Now, I love Janae. That's my girl. I love her. Like, that is my baby. Like, I love her. So, I love Janae. Ever since Who in the World Is This? Calling me, like, I go back with Janae, all right? Stuck on this, all right? Not just this new stuff, all right? I've been loving her for a very long time. But we're going to touch on her, and we're also going to touch on, some other things, So I'm super excited. Welcome. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Ricky Romance is also on Station Head. This is his Instagram at the bottom of the screen, the banner that's going across. So make sure you go follow him on Instagram. Make sure you go follow him on Station Head. He's doing the damn thing. He is hilarious. He is definitely a good kiki. So if you want some good energy and to just kick back and listen to, somebody that is just real and give you that real shit, he's very California. West Coast shit. Like he's super Cali. So that's one thing. So like it's a whole vibe, especially if you're not from there. Like it's a vibe. So but yeah, so he's dope. So we're gonna be talking to him today about things that he went through, and not only the things that he went through, like how it affected him, and how it affects his brother. Because as we can all see still to this day, this truly affects Raz-B. And Raz-B is coming out with a 12-part series. And on this 12-part series, I'm assuming, because no one's heard it yet. but I'm assuming he's going to be touching these topics inside of it, and they're 30 minutes a piece. So I'm super excited. Like I can't wait, because Raz-B's super creative, and he's been in other countries, he's traveled. So I wonder, it's just interesting. I'm excited to see it. So we have his brother in the building today, and we already touched, on a lot of that stuff from last time. So I will have him clarify, some of the things that were said. And so all of the questions that you have, if you could kind of wait, like until the end, because it's really distracting, because you want to answer, but it's really hard to answer when you're talking about something else, and then you say, and it's a good question. You'd be like, oh, that's a good question. Like I want to answer it, but I'm still talking. Yeah. So if we can just refrain to have questions like until the end of the questioning, because y'all know me, I want to know some shit, because I've been following this since day one. All right. And shout out to Since Day One, because she did an interview with Quentin Tarver, which I reached out to. Yeah, we'll see where that goes. If he reaches out, like that would be dope. If not, I get it. But he did just post something on Instagram yesterday about all of this stuff that's going on. So y'all make sure y'all go support Quentin Tarver too. On Instagram, it's I am Quentin Tarver. So like go support him. Yeah. All right. Me too. So hair flip. Super excited. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I love everybody. It's a lot of y'all, so I'm gonna shout y'all out like towards the end. But you know, Abby, Sarah, Gemini, Tiff West, Tierra, just everybody. Z. Oh my god, hi. Everybody, Kayla. I saw. Oh my gosh, hi, 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 hi. Okay. So without further ado, we're gonna bring on Ricky Romance. All right. Hi, Ricky.
Yo, what's up, Sean?
How you doing? How you doing? Everybody say hi to Ricky. Welcome Ricky Romance in the building. Hair flip.
What's up, y'all?
Y'all all say hi. Ricky, 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 Ricky. So we are
Yeah, what's
super
up,
excited
brother?
to have you. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
No problem, man. No problem, man. You know, I can't be quiet. You know what I'm saying? At a time like this, when the internet decides to cancel Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes, they should have canceled them niggas a long fucking time ago.
Period. So speaking of Mark, so speaking of what's going on right now. So Maya, have you heard anything in your camp about this Maya that's dating Marcus?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. That's all new information and all new news for me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not surprised because you know Marcus can't. Marcus has to deal with young girls because that's where his mind is at. That's where his mind stopped being developed when Chris started to take advantage of him when he was around maybe like 8 or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
His mama, Carolyn Houston, will be rolling over in her grave right now, just knowing that Marcus ain't living in his truth and everything that Chris did to him.
So his mother was aware of the things that
Oh
happened.
yeah, Carolyn didn't like Chris. Marcus Houston's mom didn't like Chris Stokes.
Oh wow.
She was already in the future. That lady knew.
So
And
relation
she ain't
wise,
here, so I don't want to speak on her. God
right,
bless her soul.
right. So relation wise, who is he actually related to?
Who?
Marcus.
Marcus ain't fucking related to nobody, man.
So the whole Jarrell Houston thing, Marcus Houston thing during
Oh,
the
I'm sorry. Jarrell Houston and Marcus Houston are cousins.
okay, they really are.
Their fathers is like brothers or some shit.
Okay.
So they're the only people that's related, and then it's me, Raz, and Chris that's related. Everybody else is just extras. You know what I'm saying? They just cast members. You know what I'm saying?
So Chris's wife is Omarion's aunt.
Chris is Chris's Chris's daughter, Chrissy and Mikey, all of Chris's sons, Milo, their mom is Manyi. Manyi, if you look back some years ago, Chris, she was about to come out with a book. She was about to air Chris out. She know what's up. Chris got to her ass and cast her out quick. But Manyi, if I'm not mistaken, she was in the beauty or hair or nail industry or something like that, which like Amarion's mom is in the same industry. So they were really just like friends or some shit. And if they are related, they're like kin. You know what I'm saying? Not actually blood.
Okay, so they're not blood.
So exactly.
Okay. So they just call each other that.
All these people I met after I was in Immature. People that know I was an original member of Immature
Right.
before Marcus Houston.
Okay, so let's get there. How did you get involved in the industry with Chris Stokes in the beginning? So how were you? So were you solo or were you a part? Because I was always told you were a part of a group.
Um. Okay, so how did I get started? Shit. Well, it started out with me and Raz. You know what I'm saying? We was just, I was romance and he was lover boy. You know what I'm saying? And we was going around doing talent shows, performing under that name. One of my first talent shows I did was with Tyrese, but that's another conversation. Um, so yeah, it started with me and my brother, and then I went over to my cousin Chris's, and you know, he knew I could sing, so it was out of me Brandon Adams, the actor who played in Moonwalker. You know, he played Baby Michael Jackson, and you know, he played in Mighty Ducks and so many classic movies. That's a really good friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? So it was out of me, Brandon Adams, and Ray J. To be, excuse me, it was out of us three to actually be an Immature. And I got chosen over Brandon Adams and Ray J.
Okay.
But man, how was I? Maybe whatever year that was, Thea was out at the time. Brandy was on Thea. This is before Brandy. This was after Brandy was doing the backup singing for Immature. So, wow, damn, it's just a long ass time ago. Shit, man. You gotta excuse me, man. Sometimes I'll be losing my train of thought.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Take your time.
Let me park this motherfucking car in this damn shade. So we can get down to it right quick. So I don't waste these people's time.
No, you're good. So right now, for the people that's just coming into the chat, he's explaining that he was one of the original members of Immature. So I believe it was you, LDD, and Romeo.
No, it was the original members of Immature is Tyrone, Imani, and Jerome and Romeo. After Tyrone's mom took him out of the group, she took him out of the group because she found out some shit, right? She found out that she knew some shit about Chris, and she pulled Tyrone out the group. Imani, I think the same thing happened. It was some weird shit going on back then. You know, that's when shit was starting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the only person that stayed down was Jerome. Romeo. He was the only one that stayed down. His parents, you know, they allowed him to stay. They allowed him to stay in the group. So you know what I'm saying? So he's the original group member. So Chris.
Who was the one right here?
Okay, there we go. Okay, you working. That's Don in the middle. Don ended up getting with a girl, my friend Julie, her sister. I went to school with the girl he's with now, Don, right? Don, Filipino kid, he was put in the group. Let me explain this. Okay. So the original Immature was Romeo, okay? And that was the age that we started right there. It was Romeo in the white shorts, right? Him, Tyrone, and Imani. Okay. When Tyrone and Imani got taken out of the group, Chris and Taz, they replaced both of them with Marcus and Don. Don, his family was Filipino, you know what I'm saying? And they was big on their education, you know what I'm saying? You know, based off of, you know, where they come from, you know what I'm saying? So they wasn't about to let Chris pull him out of school and do that homeschooling shit and all that, you know. And then I believe that they suspected some shit as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they pulled Don out right after House Party 2 was shot. So Don didn't even get a chance to like attend the premieres and be a part of and appreciate all that shit and roll around as a group and be a part of Immature and all that. He was like, that was all taken from him. You know, Don went off to go, you know, do some other shit in life. Don don't even want to talk about this shit. Mm-hmm. And I don't really know his story. And I've always wanted to talk to him. But Monty never really wanted to talk. Monty, you know, just said some shit happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, Rome, like I said, Rome has been there since day one, man. Since day one. And that's why it hurts my heart because I have so much love for Rome because he know we the original niggas. Like, we really been around longer than everybody.
Right. So you say Taz and Chris had put you into the group.
Say it again?
Taz and Chris put you into Immature?
Okay. Yeah. So after Don got taken out of the group, I was the replacement. And I remember us doing a show. We did some type of event with Burger King where we were giving out free Whoppers in the community. And I went and I was out. Chris dressed me up. You know what I'm saying? They dressed me up like basically like Half Pint. You You know what I'm saying? As a replacement. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, people gonna know it's that, you know, like it's not me. You know what I'm saying? Plus I don't know all the dance moves on the stage, right? So it was just crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because I knowing what I know now about the industry, how you can replace members and all that, I didn't understand that as a kid. But I had a chance to actually go and do that event with Burger King, and we gave out free Whoppers and shit like that. And then, you know, um, Chris made me stand on the side of the stage. I remember that. Rome and Marcus had to perform by themselves, and I had to stand on the side of the stage because I didn't know the dance moves. So that was a great experience that I had. Um, you gotta bring me back and kind of flow us along, because you know,
No problem.
just trying to
So
remember.
around
Yeah.
the time with you entering IMX, well, not IMX because they were immature at the time. So around the time you were in immature, is that around the time, because that's when a lot of allegations with Chris being weird, Chris Stokes being weird, as in him touching people's children and making children do things. Is this around the time that you were introduced, or the group members were introduced to this alleged molestation?
These were the years that these were the years when the weird shit started. Basically, like taking showers together.
With the
You
other
know.
group members?
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember it was like Chris was like, "Oh, we gotta like rush. We all gotta rush to a meeting at Capitol Records or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
or MCA. I think it was Capitol Records." And so I remember we all had to hop in the shower together, and I just remember it was like fucking 3 or 4 of us in the shower. It was like fucking all the current members of Immature minus Don and my cousin Tony Scott. And I just remember us sword fighting with our dicks, you know, in a fucking shower. You know what I mean? And I was like, now that I think about that shit, I'm like, what the fuck was that? You know, and then, you know,
Was that something that you guys were doing, or were you being led to do it, or how did that?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, shit, when I know when Chris started to, when that nigga started to say, when he showed us how to jack each other off, talking about I jack you off, you jack me off. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know. I really didn't know what that shit was.
So would he do that with you guys alone, or would he do it like in a group setting with you guys? Because
Nah, it's mostly he mostly always do. He mostly do it alone. Chris will take you in a room and you'll have your special time with him. Mm-hmm.
and at what age did this start?
Okay, so my cousin Chris. So right across from Universal Studios, it's a park. No, it's a right across from Universal Studios. It's a train station there now, Metro train station.
Mm-hmm.
But before that train station was there many years ago, it was an actual high-rise luxury apartment complex right there off the 101 freeway off of Lancashire. My cousin, my cousin Smooth, Chris's sister, she had an apartment like downstairs, and then Chris was like in the one apartment above, upstairs. So that was before he got the house, and it started there. Whatever, because Smooth was already out at that time. So, you know, Smooth had already had. She was already out with You've Been Played, the Menace to Society soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. So did the oh Lord, no, bring him back. No, I want to do it. So
Hello?
yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? You good? You're good. You're back. You're back.
You
So
there?
yeah, can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Because I can hear you. Oh, you can hear me.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Oh, damn it, StreamYard. Can you hear?
Hello?
Can you hear?
Fucked up my broadcast, man.
You might just have to come out and come back in.
Fuck.
Hold on one second. Okay, so he's gonna come back. I know, fucking damn StreamYard. He's gonna come back. He's gonna come back. All he has to do is come back in. Okay, so where we're at right now is that he's admitting that basically as an adolescent, he's back as an adolescent. Okay, can you hear me? We're good.
Hey, I'm sorry about that. I had to put my phone on.
No, you're good. You're good. Don't worry.
I had to put my phone on ignore.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Somebody called me. Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're good. So when you said that, you know, the abuse started around the time that in those buildings, when those, you know, lavish homes, when that started. So did the abuse start before you were put into the immature, or did it start after?
Oh, before I was an immature.
Okay, so is that why you feel like he put you into the group? It's because he had you already basically like knew what was going on?
I think once you like you get once you've been initiated, you know, once he know he can like fondle you and shit like that, then it's like then you're initiated.
Mm-hmm.
So like imagine what Marcus's girl went through.
Right.
I'm sure she already went through some shit where Marcus brought her around Chris and allowed Chris to say sexual little things or whatever to see that she's okay with it. And then once Chris finds out that shit's cool, then it's like, oh yeah, she's okay to be your girlfriend. Yeah, you should marry her. You know what I mean? Some weird ass shit. I don't know if he still operates like that all these years later.
Mm-hmm.
But once you kind of set in your ways, and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So when this was happening, Rasby explained that Chris had some type of custody over him. So did he have custody of you too?
Nah, what happened was my stepdad had fucking turned my mom out on drugs. My mom was using drugs at the time.
Mm-hmm.
For a couple of years. She had went into an addiction, but she's sober now. Been almost 20 years.
Congratulations to her.
Thank you. And she's doing really well. Could you ask me that question again? My mind just went blank.
Yeah, no problem. So Rasby explained, like, for going on tour and stuff in that nature, that in order for him to go, him being so young, that Chris has some type of custody over him or guardianship over him.
Yeah. Well, as an artist, when you come in the entertainment industry, you have to you got to sign a document. You got to give somebody, your parent got to give permission for the managers to move you around, especially if you're a minor. The label, you know, the record label, they have documents that these young kid artists have to sign. Their parents have to sign these documents on behalf of these kids so that they can be even signed to the label. And see, that's a whole nother conversation why we going after these big ass networks too, because they're responsible.
Right, and one of the main reasons why I always believed your brother is because every time something happened, like I remember he and B2K, the other B2K members, they were filming a reality show, and the reason it ended was because of a blow up that Raz basically had about these allegations. You know, so it's like it just keeps coming up with him. Like it just like it's like it just won't go away. You know, it's like a cancer. You know, and I feel like with the other group members, they always seem irritated.
Well, it's cool. They don't want to talk about it, and rightfully so. We shouldn't be telling their story.
Right.
But oops, sorry. My brother got his own story, and I got my own story.
Yeah, you two are implemented in
this. It's like, hold on. It's like Jay Bug calling my brother yesterday and saying, "Oh, get your brother. Oh, wait, stop him. He's making videos. Like, what's the matter with him?" It's like, huh? It's like I got a call from Elijah Pope. You know what I'm saying? He started JMC, my company, with me and Raz back in 2004. And he's a really good friend of mine, childhood friend from high school. His auntie is Daphne Wayne's. He's part of the Wayne's family. But he hit me this morning and said, man, your bro called me and said, fucking stop making videos, and Jay Book called him or something. And I mean him talking, I'm like, well, why the fuck does Jay Book care so much that I'm posting a video? Because he's the president of Footage Films and working for Chris and Marcus? Because he put Immature on the fucking Millennium Tour? Because Marcus and Chris has been using Jay Book all these years to fucking control you, brother?
Right.
It's like my brother has some like Jay Book got something over my brother. Like, I know that Chris made them suck each other's dicks and all that type of weird ass shit, but like what does Jay Boog have over my brother? And I think that he's dangling some shit and he's promising my brother shit. You know what I'm saying? They're allowing him, bruh, it's so deep, man. It's so deep, man.
So Taz, well, one, before I jump, I wanted to know this as well. Did your mom know?
My mom has always known everything that we tell her. And she's just disappointed in her cousin. But when I bash Chris, she says, don't bash my cousin. Because he still never sat down and had a talk with her. So I still think even though she's not denying what we're saying, she's still like, keep our family business out the public. Right. I'm like, nah, mom, it's past that. Fuck Chris. My auntie, his mom, my grandfather's sister spit in my fucking face when I fucking told her what the fuck happened.
Crazy. Wow. So, J-Bug. So what do you think his real issue is with you? Do you think he's just mad about you doing interviews or mad about Raz B dropping this 12-part, 30-minute doc that he did?
I mean, I don't know what my brother's dropping because I ain't seen shit. And he's going, whatever it is, he's doing it by himself. I'm not a part of that.
Okay. But you have been doing interviews as of recently, and he probably has heard it and seen it, or have clips sent to him. So he probably just wants Raz B to silence you. Is what you think he's saying?
Nah, it's just, I mean, shit. I mean, I didn't wake up, and I didn't ask to wake up and see Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes cancel the social media canceling. I had nothing to do with that. I had nothing to do with Marcus being with that young girl and finding out she's like 15 or 16, working on their movie sets as an art director, this, that, all this shit he's saying, he didn't put himself into a twist. All that shit did for me was fucking trigger me like, for real? Y'all really finally canceled this nigga? What else y'all gonna do? When niggas gonna bring his ass to court? See, I try to take my phone in the courtroom. I try to show y'all. I tried to record the videos in the courtroom and shit. I tried to take my brother to court. We tried the process. But they need documents. They need to see shit, I guess.
Right. Well, I have a question. What do you think when you see this photograph? Now,
I kind of get emotional when I see that picture.
Well, what Taz, it's rumored that the same Taz that your brother allegedly lost his virginity to at 14 years old, and she was an adult. And this is Taz for the people that don't know.
Go look what I posted. Go look what I just posted.
I did.
On Instagram.
I saw what you posted on your Instagram, and you used this photo. So I went and grabbed this photo. Taz is the female in the gray suit with the black scarf around her neck. This is a more current picture of her.
But hold on. You got to show them what I just posted on my Instagram. Chris and my cousin Chris and Taz, they were in a music group. Signed to Fully Loaded.
Okay. So that album that you showed with Chris.
It was called Wataz.
Okay. Because I was
Wataz.
They was
say, yeah, that song right there. It's on my Instagram. I had to post that for history purposes. So just to show you, they've been an item forever together. Every album, every Immature album. Go ahead. Every Janae album.
Are they related?
Man, they were lovers. They were together in a relationship. I even heard that they even had a kid before, but I never seen no proof of no kid or nothing like that. But
No.
they were definitely lovers at one time that became good friends.
I have to go find that picture now. I'll keep talking. I'm gonna get the picture.
They became really good friends, and they've been friends forever together. When people stopped buying Marcus Houston albums and B2K was over, and Chris and Marcus and Chris, they had to make money. And I know people probably wonder how the fuck is they making money, because after all the allegations, they got that BET deal. I still can't believe that Stephen Hill and BET will give them a platform. You know what I'm saying? After all these allegations, after everything that Quentin said, they still BET. They talk about about black excellence. They ain't about no damn black excellence. Fuck BET. Fuck BET. I don't support BET because they're not really about our people.
So
Black lives don't really matter to them.
So this is the photo he's talking about that he has on his
Instagram
today.
That's Taz in the middle of my cousin Chris's lap.
And
that's Janae's manager, y'all. If y'all don't know, that's Janae's manager.
Okay, so Taz, the same woman that Raz
fucked my brother
at 14, and who allegedly
hold on. This is something else I'm gonna tell y'all didn't know. This is in my book. Show that picture back again.
Which one? This one?
Nope, the girls. That's Paulette Maxwell in the middle. I was always crazy about Paulette. Everybody thought she was beautiful at school. She used to have some old ass nigga picking her up every day from school. Then look at Jamila. Jamila's so cute. You know what I'm saying? She was a ragamuffin. She wasn't even cute in junior high. We went to junior high together. I had a password to Miyoko's locker. Miyoko's at the bottom. That's the big sister. That's Mila J's big sister. And Janae's big sister. She's the oldest. Me and her the same age. We were in class together. We were classmates. We went to Overwright Junior High School together. Her locker was right next to mine. I had her combination. I would put her favorite candy in the locker every day. Jamila knew that. I love Miyoko. And I never had a chance to really tell her how I feel. I think for many years I would go around and I would always just Miyoko. And it just, I always had competition. You know what I'm saying? I had like Marcus was dating her. I think she dated Quinn. No. Did she date LDB? No. So anyway, I know her and Marcus dated, and I don't know, man. I just didn't feel really good about that. I was really sad about that because we went to school together.
Mm-hmm.
See what happened? Oh, man, damn, man, you trying to make me go back too far. Let me make my point. So basically, Miyoko, Janae's big sister, she was being molested as well, not by Chris. How Chris showed me how to jack off and all that stuff. She was being molested by Taz.
So Taz has
a watch. Taz has a watch that she will wear that has a picture of Miyoko's face in the middle.
So Miyoko's the one in the green in this photo, right?
No, that's Jamila J.
Oh, Mila J. Miyoko is the one in the black. The black.
I hate to talk about them because I really love them, and I feel like they got really caught up in the cross. You know what I'm saying? But they don't talk to me. They ain't reaching out to me. So, it is what it is. I just got to tell my story and hope I don't hurt nobody's feelings. But I really love their mama, and I really love their family. But Taz has made it to where they don't fuck with me.
Well, not even Janae, and she doesn't even do music with her sisters though. And when
Janae's a whole different special person, man. Yeah. I love her so much, man.
Yeah.
Janae's just in a good space. I just want to just leave Janae over there. Like, leave Janae alone.
But know what I mean? Janae is still being managed by Taz though.
That's the fucked up part.
She is still being managed by her. The alleged person that molested her sister is her manager.
So you mean to tell me that Miyoko will take that to the grave? That people don't want to talk about their personal shit. So
they don't.
But to this day, I feel like Miyoko was robbed from, really having a regular boyfriend and really just kind of having that regular life because Taz took her, moved her in. She lived with Taz for years. She paid for all her shit. Taz spoiled her. Taz took her and, and that shit fucked with me because I went to junior high school with her. You don't know how something affects somebody. I really loved it. I really loved Miyoko. Like, I really did. And I still love her. I really do got a lot of love for her, man. And this is not to, I'm not trying to hurt her family, her family. But when Miyagi died, I went to the funeral. And when I got there, the whole place was packed. And there was the last row, it was only one seat. And guess who was fucking sitting on that row? Marcus, fucking Chris Stokes, Chris Owens, Kelton, you know, fucking Annette, all these motherfuckers, staff, everybody from TUG, right? And there was one seat right there. So I'm like, it wasn't nowhere to sit. So I'm like, well, fuck it, let me sit right here. And it was like, man, you know, Chris is sitting right here. And I'm like, looking around, like, where the fuck is Chris at? You know what I mean? Like, man, I ain't about to move, man, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? The niggas was looking at, you know, not looking at me, and I'm like, you know what, fuck this shit. All right, man, here you, man. Let me just get up. Chris can have a seat. So I left out the funeral. And, you know, I waited after the funeral to see his body be transported out and everything. And, you know, I just left after I left the church. I just left, you know what I mean? And
yeah, now Miyagi is Janae's brother, who because she did the album Trip, and that was basically about him, right?
Yeah, Miyagi was a good guy. Mm-hmm. Miyagi's the middle brother. She has another big brother who's my little homie, who was my little homie at one point. And after the funeral, okay, so at the funeral, so the altercation happened with the whole seat thing. And it was like, oh, Chris sitting here. So I got up, let him have a seat. And then we ended up going back to the house. There was a little thing at Grandma Essie's house back in the hood in the Slauson Hills.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm in the bath smoking weed with Janae, Jaheed. We all in the back house, you know what I'm saying? And Jerome decided he want to come be a tough guy, you know what I'm saying, and say some shit to me. I don't even know, but I wasn't on no aggressive shit. I wasn't on no disrespectful shit. You don't come to nobody's funeral with that rah-rah. But he came with that rah-rah. And I just kept my composure. And at that moment, I knew that it was time for me to exit and leave. Because it was going to be some shit.
Yeah.
And that was the last time I seen Jaheed. And I remember Taz came and was crying. Was like, what are you doing? Why? What are you doing? And then when she did that and I seen her crying, I was so sad, you know, even though everything she did to my brother, everything she did, I looked at her and I'm like, you know, I'm sorry, Taz. Like, whatever is going on, you know, like, I always loved you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you, the one that fucking hurt me. Chris, the one that hurt me. Y'all the one that fucking let me down. So, I hadn't seen Jaheed since then. And I just felt like as time went by and I tried to reach out to him and he didn't want to reach back, I said, wow, I lost my little buddy. I lost my little nigga, man, who I used to smoke weed with. And we used to fucking, when Miyagi would sleep downstairs with Janae in the bottom house, and I'd be in Miyagi's bed, and be me and Jaheed, and I'd fucking just, you know, just moved in. You know what I mean? At one point, I was homeless and shit, and Mama Tina let me come to, you know, it was like an extra home, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I just feel like I lost my friend, man. You know what I'm saying? Over all this shit, over Taz and all this shit. That's what I'm like, it's getting deeper and deeper and deeper. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, Taz. Real shit. Fuck you, man, for breaking up the love that I have for these people.
So you think that you're not in contact with Janae because of Taz?
I always go to the house and see Janae and Jamila and every day with, you know, Mama Tina and everything. You got to realize I used to work with their mom, and she brought me into the business of doing prepaid legal and stuff like that. So I started out working up under their mom doing prepaid legal with my friend Elijah Polk, who I mentioned earlier. You know what I'm saying? Me and Jaheed and him, we were young, fresh out of high school doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love her. She told me the day of the Miyagi's funeral, she told me, hop in the car with me. Come on, go ride with me. I rode with Mama Tina. We went to go pick up Jaheed. You know, it's just a lot of history.
Yeah.
You know? But moving along, man. Yeah, man, I just, you know, that's always hurt me, man, what happened to Miyoko. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think, maybe she don't think that nothing happened to her. Maybe she just thought she was gay or something.
Right.
You know, I don't know. I don't know her story. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell her story.
You feel as if since Taz had been dealing with her at such a young age that she never really got the chance to choose between being heterosexual or being homosexual. It just kind of
I
just.
think she's. I still think she likes men. I
Mhm.
just don't think she's had a chance to explore. I don't know her sexuality. Like I said, I don't mean to talk about her, but this is a girl that I was in love with. And me and Nigel, rest in peace, we were the two boys in class with the curly hair, with the little curly tops. He's my competition. I fucking hated his ass because he had a better curl than me.
Yeah.
He had a real curl. I had an actual S curl. I had a perm.
He had that light skin curl, huh?
Mm-hmm. He had the real light skin curl. He had that good hair. My shit was nappy. I don't know where I got that shit from.
So with Janae still working with Taz, it is rumored that Taz and Chris Stokes have no business dealings anymore. That they.
Yeah. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, 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 no,
Oh,
no.
so
Don't
that's
ever.
not true. That's not
How
true.
the fuck you think Chris and Taz? How you think Chris and Marcus is getting money? They ain't making money off them fucking movies on BET. You really think they making money off that shit?
No. Hold on. I have something real quick. Let me pull this up real quick and see.
Man, they getting overrized, bro.
I want to
See,
see what you think of this.
it's things you can do in the industry when you working with an artist. Say you and the artist fall out and you don't want to work with the artist no more, right? And the artist wants to leave your contract and go to another management, go to another label. Well, you work something out with the labels. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, well, you work something out with the labels to where you can get paid on the back end, take your
Well,
name off credits,
I'm gonna tell you
not
the reason
even
why
physically be involved, but still get paid off everything that talent does.
right. Well, this is what
Chris
it
is
says right
smart.
here.
Chris and Marcus, they ain't gonna let Taz ride off into the sunset with all that fucking money.
Well, I wouldn't let her either. I wouldn't let her either. But this is
Taz,
why I want to hear what you think of this. It says, just to clarify, Taz is Janae's manager and Chris is Mila J's manager. Taz wasn't always Janae's manager when she first got signed. Her mother was her manager. Although
that's
Chris
true. That's true.
Although
That's
Chris and
true.
Taz are still cool, they keep their business ventures separate and they do not do any business wise together anymore. Someone came with LSA and confirmed this years ago. What's interesting is the thought Janae admitted that her and her sisters were supposed to be in a group when she was a kid, but it fell through because she looked awkward with them. The teens, they were teens and she was still a kid, so it never happened. The second time they had the opportunity to become a group, Janae was all for it, but something weird happened, and it was also the reason why her and Mila, her own sister, do not collaborate their music ventures, and they do their music ventures separately. Now, listen to this.
Power 105.1. Well, you got to realize. Oh man, I'm listening.
It's wait, where is it? The timestamp is right at 13 minutes. Okay, so right.
What's up, y'all? I can't see the comments. Okay, I see them, y'all. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Weird, but we just don't, you know. And
that sounds uncomfortable at Thanksgiving. No?
It's not though.
But do you guys do stuff together?
We don't work.
That's weird.
We have.
Is she talking about her sisters?
Whatever. Yeah. That we love each other.
You love each other.
Now we're in love.
And then you fought, and then you broke up.
And then we broke up, and then we almost had a baby.
You almost had a child.
So
that was crazy. Another R&B singer that came in, and now you're beefing over them. It all happened.
I'm not sure my nigga. Hold on,
Pandora,
my fault. Let me finish that 13. My fault.
Next video dropping, or when everyone in my family, like they don't really question each other about those types of things. Like, it's kind of weird, but we just don't, and yeah.
That is weird. That's all right. I'll leave you alone if that's good, but it is a little strange. You would think at least you would have, or at least a song or a discussion about a song, or
you know what? I'm just gonna say this. There was a time when I have two sisters.
Right.
I'm the youngest, so it's Miyoko, Janila, my two brothers, and then me. We went into a group together, 3 sisters, and it was like I was old enough now to like not look awkward with them, and we had an opportunity, and for whatever reason, I was down for it. I was all down to work together, and it was some other stuff that was weird to me that why we didn't do it, and some of those reasons are still why.
Right.
And it was just like we could have been doing it together, but we're doing it at the same time, so that's kind of like the same thing. And it's just like I'm just glad that we're both still pursuing our dreams.
And are you in a good place? Does it leave you in a good place?
Yeah, it does. It does. It can get weird at times, but it's just like at the end of the day, we're sisters. Like, and it's not a thing like, you know, we're competition or we're.
People are gonna put you there though, without
they
you
are,
even.
They are, but
it's just a natural, you know.
I'm glad that the more people get into the music and really, it's really about the music and artistry and stuff like that. They'll be able to see that it's really not even.
She's so well spoken. I'm so proud of her.
Yeah. Right. And what about the third sister? Would she still want to do this too? Is she looking at the two of you like, hold up?
No, she's like our mom. She's
good.
Like our second mom. So
she's older. She's the oldest.
She's the oldest.
Got it.
She's the one that makes sure everyone is there on Thanksgiving. She's the one that makes sure, you know, I know about a show that I wasn't invited to. But
this is going bad. This is all that.
Yeah, so I mean, just based on what she's explaining, it seems really awkward. It seems like they don't really have, when it comes to them talking about, they don't talk about music, they don't talk about their music together. Like it's just, and that's weird.
Because let me tell you something, bro. It's because of all the shit that has went on. They have been in, Jamila and Miyoko has been in maybe 2 or 3 different groups, man. You got to realize okay, so it started out with Miyoko being in immature videos all the way back to like, I Want to Love You That Way with R. Kelly, like the Munchies, like it goes all the way back. You know what I mean? And so she was the first one really to get the first look. You know what I'm saying? Like to be famous out the sisters, and everybody was popular and they knew her. So just from her being in the videos, right? So me and Miyoko went to junior high school together, right? So I introduced myself and said, hey, I seen you in the video, the immature video. I was supposed to be an immature. You know, Chris Stokes, my cousin, and you know, thinking that's gonna get me some cool points with her or whatever. Shit, she must have went back home and told her mama that she met me and what happened. And Mama Tina is smart. I know she's a savage, cause I believe to this day that she sent Miyoko back to school the next day and said, yeah, get his cousin Chris's number from him. And it wasn't weeks later that Girl came out, Get Your Groove On, and they did the BAP soundtrack with Halle Berry. And I was blown away. I said, oh, fuck. Because Chris got mad at me. I got in trouble for giving his number out. Mm-hmm. But guess what? That shit turned into a fucking deal for them.
Right. In the end, they got a deal from it.
And from there, they were locked in with my cousin, with Chris and Taz, and they just fell in love with them girls, and they got put in 3-4 different groups, at least like maybe 3 different groups.
So did Taz ever try to sleep with you?
Taz was just like a big sister.
But you did say that she slept with Ray J. Now, was that underage?
I didn't say she slept with Ray J.
You didn't say that?
I never said that.
So why do they put you and Ray J in the same category? And well, no, my fault. I got that wrong. Whereas he didn't sing with that. He sang with something else like Chris Stokes. I mean, about Ray J. But you and Chris Brown, why was he so mad at you? Did you really threaten him?
Yeah, I did. But you know, it was just because it was like, nigga, how dare you say all this shit about my brother? Mm-hmm. When nigga, you don't even know what the fuck is going on. Whatever the fuck you was sitting over there with, and Amari was telling you, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like it wasn't his place. Mm-hmm.
So with your
that was some whole clown shit. I had no reason. I wanted to get with fucking Rihanna, so I got on my brother's Twitter, and I started tweeting Rihanna from his Twitter. And if you go find the tweets, you'll see something where I'm like, yeah, you know, I put a mention of myself to Rihanna. I was trying to get Rihanna to holler at me. And I figured my brother got the verified account, so let me get her attention. So I just start tweeting Rihanna, and that nigga Chris just flipped out. Next thing you know, that nigga started fucking saying all kind of shit to my brother. He thought it was my brother. And so my brother now it's going back and forth for hours. Mm-hmm. On Twitter, beefing, you know what I'm saying? Clowning, talking all kind of crazy shit. And the shit was getting real.
Okay, so with Chris and whatnot, Now, when did you part ways from like actually working with him collective wise doing music at all? Like was this when the molestation stopped?
I mean, I've only sung on 2 songs. I only remember one of them though that I actually remember. The Playtime Is Over album. I remember singing on the background on Walk You Home.
Mm-hmm.
Let me walk you home from school, baby, and do the little things I wanna do. I wanna do shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that shit, But shit, I never got no credits for that shit. I never got no plaques. I just got a shout out like, oh, my cousin Ricky in the credits from Chris, but I didn't. I got taken out of the group because my dumb ass was at the house one day. Chris and Taz was there. We was at the Balboa house, and I went in Taz's phone, and I wrote Brandy Norwood's number down on the napkin, and Chucky Booker. Chucky Booker had a big ass hit at the time, and Brandy was on Thea, and I was about 12 or something, somewhere around 9, 12, 10, 12, in that age, and I was stupid. Clearly I was a fucking kid. I was gonna call Brandy Norwood and call Chucky Booker and say, "Hey, I'm Chris Stokes' cousin. I can sing. Can you help me get a record deal? Can you put me on TV?" Not even knowing that when I called Brandy or Chucky Booker, that they was gonna be like, "Hey, Chris, Taz, why's your little cousin? Why is he calling me? How did he even get my number?" You know what I mean? I didn't even think that far as a kid.
Are you a kid? I mean,
so. I wrote it down on the napkin. I dragged my bag by the door because I was leaving Northridge and Chris, and they were taking me back home. On the weekend, I would go to the house for the weekends and do group stuff, music show, that stuff, right? But then once after that was over, I would get dropped back to 10th Avenue and Hyde Park and 6 Oaks Hood on some Crenshaw, some straight hood Crip shit. Going straight back to the ghetto. So it was like day and night. But I dragged my bag by the door and I had wrote those numbers on a napkin and stuffed it in my bag. They were concerned about if I was gonna take Immature's wardrobe and take it back home. They was like, because Chris said they don't say, "Don't take the wardrobe, don't take the wardrobe." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think they were checking my bag to see if I took some wardrobe. And she found them numbers, and after that, everything that we did in terms of the group in the studio, everything, getting ready, the process of getting ready to do contracts, and everything stopped. And I got banded, and I got like basically kicked out of Immature before we could do all the photo shoots, before we could do everything.
So then there was no dealing with you. So then when did he come for Raz?
I bought Raz around years later. Okay, so let me tell you. So I got banned right before the Playtime Is Over album. I got basically Ricky can't come around, and Chris always loved me. I was his favorite cousin before Raz. And so once Taz put her foot down, like, "No, Chris, you can't bring Ricky around," it was like Chris had to he had business with Taz, so he basically had to listen to Taz. So it was like for all these years I went through so much pain watching Immature and them niggas do shows and all this shit, and I was out the loop. I got taken out the group. I was devastated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then
so
something happened. I don't remember what happened. And I don't remember exactly what happened. And Chris,
so were you devastated, or was it bittersweet because you knew what they were going through in order to be in that group? So even to you and your mindset at that point in time, would it have been worth it to still go through what you were going through with him behind closed doors to have that spot that they had?
Back then, at that time, yeah, because it was nothing. It was nothing. With just jack me off and jack each other off, and Chris be rub my feet and all this type shit. You know what I mean? That was the shit I went through. You know what I mean?
Wow.
You know what I mean? So, I probably would have went through with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like I was getting fucked in the ass like Gwendon.
Right.
Or I had to fuck Janae, fuck Chris. you know, and let Marcus fuck me in the ass. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I had to go through that.
Mm-hmm. So it was just more of a sensor with him, like a outward touch type of situation, no like penetration or anything ever with you or him.
No.
But Raz, when he was going through it, did he tell you like early on? So it's like when
Raz didn't tell me to after Chris and Taz kicked him out of his own fucking house that everybody's seen on BET How I'm Living.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't come back around till the Journey album. That's when Chris brought me back around. I came back around after Taz had basically like banned me from being around. I came back around once the Journey album was out. That was that. What song was on there? With Busy Bud, I think it was Going Coast to Coast to Give Up the Ghost. I think it was that. And maybe Extra with Key Sweat. And so, yeah, so Chris brought me back around. He had the new office at Get Hooked. Wow, the company was still Get Hooked back then, if I'm not mistaken. This is before TUG. So, yeah, I mean, I had some. So basically, I was back in the mix. I'm, you know, rolling around with Taz in a Prowler, rolling around in the yellow Range Rover, you know, rolling around back in the mix at the office, you know. And then, shit, I guess it was like Girl's album. Girl had recorded a new album, and some of the tapes, some of the new songs, and it was some cassette tapes in the car, and I took one of the cassette tapes because I was so proud. Like, I was like, dang, man, I joined, like, man, my cousin produced this, man. My cousin Chris produced this album. It was so good to me. Girl's album, and I don't think it ever came out. But, you know, I had took that tape back to school, back to high school, and I was playing that tape. And Paulette Maxwell had already got replaced and kicked out the group. So I think that was like I was stabbing her, like I was dagging her when I came to, because we were in choir together, me and Paulette Maxwell. And so I think when I came and I played that album, I think she was like sick that she, you know, wasn't on it, or was she on that album? So anyway, to make a long story short, she called Taz. Next thing you know, I got a call from Chris. And they were devastated. They were like, what the fuck? They like, you stole that fucking Girls album and you planted it in your classroom for your friends or some shit. You know, some stupid shit I did again. I just always did little stupid shit like that, but it wasn't like I didn't have any intentions to do anything bad. I just wanted to brag about my cousin because I was proud of him.
Yeah.
So that right there was the second band. But then that time, that's when I brought my brother around and I introduced him to Chris, because my brother was now of age now, and I would tell him stories and about everything that we were doing, and I'd come back after being gone from the weekend looking cool and swaggy, and you know, he looked up, you know, he always looked up to me. I showed Raz how to tie his shoes. My brother, I showed him how to tie his shoes, you know.
So he saw the things that you were gaining from when you had, you know, the time that you had, and then he felt like, well, in order to be that way, I have to, you know, I got to do what I got to do. So when he told you, when he got kicked out, when he went back, is that the reason he went back to Chris? Because there was a point to where he was still dealing with him after that first, like, breakup.
So can you ask me that question again, Sean?
Yeah. So after he got kicked out of the house with Taz and Chris, and then because he ended up going back to Chris for a while and working with him. The other
wait, what are you trying to understand? What are you talking about, my brother?
Yeah. So with Raz, after he got kicked out, you know, because so was that at the point in time when he had came out with the allegations, or was this before? Or like when BTK.
Hey, I'm not trying to tell y'all my life story because the book is gonna be so fucking good.
That's a juicy question.
I need y'all to follow me on Instagram. If y'all give a fuck about this story, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Station Head. Download the app. We about to get real lit. I want to tell you everything, man. It's really fucking crazy, bro. Oh man, you know, I just gotta save this shit, man. I can't give it all to you, man. But just ask me what you want to ask me. Let's try to move along, man. Because I feel like we're jumping all over the place, and you're asking me, and I'm trying to tell you in order. But as I realize, it's gonna take longer, and I can't correct you about every little thing. But let's just try to keep it moving, man. A little more, man.
Okay, no problem. So with all of that stuff that partaken and that went down, what do you think that your advice would be to anybody that would work with TUG Entertainment or Chris Stokes in general?
Them companies don't exist anymore. They've been dissolved because so much dirt and money has been taken from these artists. It was so much fraudulent business. Those companies don't even exist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How you build a company so big and then dissolve it?
But so is he still not making movies?
Footage Films is making movies. Marcus Houston, Chris Stokes, Jarrell Houston, my cousin Smooth, they're all over there. All the extras in all their movies is my little cousins. Mm-hmm. I watch these movies and I'm like, oh, there goes my cousin over there. I just sit there looking at all my cousins and I look and I watch these movies and I'm like, that's supposed to be me in the movies. That's supposed to be Raz in all the movies.
Yeah.
And I look at them and I'm just like, they're not blowing up. They're not doing what they're not supposed to do because you don't have the proper blessing where you went about all this shit. He tried to leave music and transition and say, oh, I'm going into the film shit. I'm done with the music. You ain't never been done with the music. That nigga getting override. That nigga gets checks from fucking Taz. And if the checks ain't going to him, he send them in his mama's name and have him cut them in his fucking kid's name to fucking hide from the IRS.
Yeah. So just my last question about Raz. Do you feel partially responsible for anything that happened to him? Because
yeah, I do.
Brought him around?
I do. I went back home and I fucking showed my brother how to fucking jack off, my nigga. Some gay ass fucking shit that fucking Chris bitch ass showed me. Yeah.
Because
this how you do this gay shit. You know what I mean? It's like it's fucking my fault. I could have stopped him from going over there. You know, I didn't know that he would be vulnerable. And fuck Taz.
Yeah.
Allow Marcus to fuck him in the ass. And be over there sucking J Boog's dick.
Yeah.
And fucking Chris in the ass. You know, it's like now the crazy shit is I'm gonna say this shit and we're gonna wrap this interview, y'all, because it's about to get even more and more juicy. We gotta drag this out. We can't give it all to y'all right now. You gotta fucking this book. I need book publishers. You see this motherfucking shit? Holler at me. If you're a real fucking book publisher and author, holler at me. I got the shit.
Mm-hmm.
You want to see I got the shit? I just need help. I've done what I can do.
Yeah.
As far as the documentary, as far as surviving Chris Stokes, I'm doing what I can do. If you believe in this shit, and you're a film production company, holler at me.
Right.
Real talk. I'm the one that uploaded all the videos that y'all been seeing all them years.
Yeah.
I can go right in my email box and show you where I fucking sent that shit to Worldstar. So, you know, I've been putting this shit out there because I wanted my brother to be vindicated. And I finally feel that he's at the point to where people finally believe him and he's getting his vindication. But are we getting our business? Are we getting the deals? No, that we're not getting the deals. They're not happening.
Yeah. Has Chris helped you guys at all?
Huh?
Has he helped you guys at all with like anything?
Nah, I ain't got no financial assistance from Chris in years, man, since fucking shit 2003.
Yeah.
You know.
But we do want you to know, as a collective, that it's not your fault. You know, hurt people, and you can't help the cards you were dealt. You know, you're dealt a certain hand, and you do what you know. You know, if you know better, you do better. You know, so like now that you know
absolutely,
better, you would definitely do better. So that was not your fault at all. But what were you?
You know, so funny too. You know, so funny. I was actually I just noticed my brother was wearing his hat. We got these hats at the same time on tour. I know I was watching this video. I just realized I'm wearing the same hat. But man, I love my brother. I want to say this before we end this interview. I love my brother, you guys, and J Boog and them niggas have really fucked my brother up, and they've turned my brother against me to make him think that I'm the bad guy. And I always loved him. I always go to back for him. After that fucking tour last year, Millennium Tour, I went to Colombia. I sold my 500 bands, took whatever little money I had, and I went to Colombia for 6 months. And I was doing well until I got my phone stolen. And then nigga, shit started crumbling. The homie Badass died. I had to come back to LA. You know what I'm saying? Just to pay respect to a real one. You know, but my brother haven't fucked with me since after the tour.
So why did Chris keep coming on that tour? Is it because he still like owns the name, or why was he?
I'm gonna say this one last thing. You ready for this? Them pictures that everybody's seen for the Millennium Tour, them new pictures, the photos, the one photo shoot that B2K did. You know that was a recreation of Pandemonium, right?
Yeah, the first album, or that one album where they stand there with their hands up.
When Raz B showed up in the room with B2K for the first time to do that photo shoot, who do you think was there? Who do you think walked in with the clothes?
So look, when we getting this, we got to get this.
Answer my question.
Who
do you think walked in with the clothes?
Chris Stokes.
Bingo. Okay. So when my brother make them comments about, man, if Chris Stokes is around this motherfucker, man, I ain't fucking with y'all. You know what I'm saying? He's serious about that.
Yeah.
It's deep, bro, and it gets deeper.
Yeah.
Y'all follow me on Instagram. Y'all follow me on Stationhead.
Follow him on Stationhead. Follow him on
Y'all follow SeanDavie. SeanDavie he about to take this shit worldwide, y'all. This interview right here is gonna go all around the world.
Share this.
And we just gonna keep on, and we gonna keep on adding to the truth. Justice for Raz B. Justice for Quentin Tarver.
For Quentin.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they've been affected the most. I talk to Quentin every day. He's my brother in Christ. He's a good man, good guy, very talented.
Yeah.
You can't take away from him what he done. You know what I'm saying? That's greatness. We all love that movie Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio. We all fell in love with fucking Quentin's voice when we saw him in that fucking choir role. You know what I'm saying? Put some fucking respect on my homie's name, and put some respect on my brother Raz B's name, and put some fucking respect on my name too. Right. Fuck Chris Stokes, fuck Marcus Houston, fuck BET, you know what I'm saying, for giving them a fucking platform and putting out their movies through footage films. Anybody that fucking supports them, you're fucking crazy. Anybody that follows them, you're fucking crazy.
Absolutely.
Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes have been canceled officially.
That's a wrap. So that was my boy Ricky Romance. Like and subscribe, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. We will definitely have more guests come through. That shit was juicy. I couldn't ask him everything. There was a lot more things that I wanted to ask, but I know that there was some information that he was trying to withhold. But it's just kind of hard that when you get really good information, it's kind of just like, ooh, give it. But you know, we got to respect this hustle, and you know, he wants to come out with a book and whatnot, and you know, he's just looking for some serious people to you know, help him do that. So if he can find like somebody that has, like, so anybody know author, not the one that did Beam Simone book, not them hoes. He wants some real authors or some, you know, some real, help him. Shit. Help my friend. But no, that was Ricky. That was dope. We got a lot of information. I'm trying to get, you know, I'm a little dusty, you know, with these interviews, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better. But, you know, I try to do my research, you know, because it's a lot. I mean, it is just so much. Like, I mean, if you really start to, like, just type it into Google, I mean, it is literally like a rabbit hole. You know, all the way stemming from Janae to B2K to Immature. I mean, I just find it mind-boggling. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm like, okay, what? I'm like, no. And then you can find like proof of a lot of these things. So I just feel like Chris Stokes' ass needs to go to jail. I feel like Marcus Houston ass needs to go to motherfucking jail. They got us fucked up. And they ass do not need to be roaming around free like they ain't, part of the motherfucking Me Too movement. If R. Kelly needs to be locked up, they ass need to be locked up too. It's the same shit. That's why they call it Holly weird. Shit, that's why they call it Holly motherfucking weird on these hoes. But it's just weird. Like, love Janae to death, but it's just like, it's alleged that the same woman that is your manager still to this day, quote unquote, abused your sister. Like, girl, like, are we not gonna talk about this? This is the same person that slept with Ras B at 14. Girl, wait a minute, you can't fire this bitch. It ain't nobody else that you can work with, Janae. Cause I love you, girl. But I'm like, you got me confused, bitch. I'm like, cause look, a woman like you. Cause I love the new album. I know every song. My favorite song is Speak. And what else? I'm a boss, bitch. How you don't fuck with me? I love her. So I'm like, Janae, wait a minute, Dana girl. Wait a minute. What's this? What's this? Cause sis, it looked like the reason why y'all don't talk about music is because the main people you do music with is the people who molested your sisters and shit, girl. But they didn't do it to you. So it's just like, well, girl, look, you grown now. And you was still sleeping with her for years. Y'all lived together. It's just like, they was living together. Why? I'm like, I'm like, this shit is crazy. So I'm like, let's get somebody in here, to help direct this. But I just feel like Marcus Houston needs to go to prison. And motherfucking Chris Stokes needs to go to prison. And I reached out to Quindon Tarver. Hopefully we can get an interview from him too, because that would be dope. If not, it's cool, no pressure. But he just came out with some more information about this and posted some stuff on Instagram yesterday. So I, if he wants to, come on, because I'm all for it. I'm on that motherfucking neck. I'm on Chris Stokes' neck. I'm on Marcus Houston neck, and not in a good way. I ain't chasing black men down. I'm chasing down predators. Predators don't have no motherfucking race. If this was white people, I'd be chasing their ass too with pitchforks and torches and shit. Yeah, pedophilia does not have a race. It doesn't. It doesn't. Abuse don't have a face. It can happen to anybody, and anybody can do it. So, yeah. But I just want to thank all of you guys. I love y'all. I try to get as much information as I could, y'all. I try to get as much as I could, y'all. I was trying to be messy. Because I heard, a couple other people, have tried to interview him on the phone. So I wanted to do a real interview off the information that I learned and that I gathered, not what other people gathered. I wouldn't literally gather my own information. Like I wouldn't got my own shit. Not let me go see what page this person talked about. This, but no, I literally gather my own shit, and then I take from what the information I get to what I think is true. And I do think that Taz did something to Miyoko or Janae's sister. I do think something happened. I do. Absolutely, because it just doesn't make sense to why y'all are all sisters that do music, yet none of you talk about it. So Janae just dropped a whole bomb-ass album, but she can't even talk about it at Thanksgiving dinner? Like, what? I'm like, that makes no sense. So I'm like, there has to be something there. So that's why I wanted to question about it. Like, so what's this? What do you think about when you see this picture? It's just like, because this is what I think of, like damaged goods. Because this is what people don't think about. Look at these people, because I'm about to get out of here. I love y'all. Look at these people's face. Look at Jerome. Look at him. Look at his face. He looks sad. He looks uncomfortable. He looked like he don't want to be doing this shit. He looked like he just came here to dance for y'all. He looked like he don't want to be laying right there. Look at him with them glasses and shit. He don't want to be there. He don't want to do that. Look at Mario cover his booty at the bottom. He don't want no entry. Leave me alone. I don't want y'all sticking y'all penises inside of me. Look at J Book sitting down in the bed, his pants all the way down. Look. What the fuck going on up in here? What y'all up in there doing? Why so quiet? And ain't number boys in there. Like, Like, something ain't right. And then you got Janae calling situations weird instead of just clarifying. I'm like, yeah, this. So I'm gonna take all the information that I think is juicy. I don't want to go too deep inside of the abuse because and I thank him for everything that he did say about it, because that stuff can be really traumatic, you know. So and then like when certain things are brought up, you can get really emotional, you know. So it's just like, you know. So I don't want to make him feel you're like, oh, tell us, you know. So I don't want him to feel like that. But yeah. She said, I'm about to go harass J-Bug. That's hilarious. But thank you all. I love y'all so much. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll probably be going live again tomorrow with my badass bitch. I'm about to keep stalking people for interviews and stuff because, you know, because I told you I know what short pony. I'm a very badass bitch. All right. Shout out to Ricky, the official Ricky Romance Live is on Station Head and on Instagram. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe again to this video. He's also on YouTube too. So if you guys want to check him out on YouTube, he's on there. So yeah, hair flip. I love all of you guys, and until the next live. Bye.